It is. Oh man, it's January 19th. It is like the first day of class for me. I am not with it today. I'm gonna just go back to sleep and pretend today's not happening.
So yeah, this is what little video I was able to get from the first 2-3 weeks of school before that bullcrap math class picked up, and I had to pick up a second job to make ends meet because haha, COVID. Although I really don't think we should be reopening right now after they messed up everything, I'm kind of glad I do have in-person art classes again, because trying to do that over Zoom with roommates and a cat and a teacher who's confused was not it. I am fully vaccinated. I'm just hoping this semester is better than the last. I was too busy reading my manga and I spilled chocolate covered sunflower seeds all over my laptop. Day 3 of Zoom University. It's been like 6 years since I had a math class. I don't remember anything I've learned, but I got a like 35% on like the Alex's pre-knowledge test thing, so now I have to take the test all over again. I have to take the test all over again. Proctored. On camera with Zoom. I don't remember anything that I've learned, but they still think I'm cheating. How do I not remember anything that I've learned since high school, but I remember enough to get like a cheating grade on the math test? How? Okay, so the reason I was so freaking upset about this is because in the Alex thing, it was if you score 20% or under, you're fine. But if you score over 20% with like a 3% threshold, you were considered cheating. And so when I took the test, I got a 35%. So I had to retake the test and then I got a 40. So then I had to go in person to take the test proctored and I scored higher. So I had to take it again for a fourth time. And by that time, I started to remember all the different formulas and crap that we had, and I scored like a 50%. And it was just so frustrating having to take that test so many times over. They thought I was cheating. The professor was just up my ass the entire semester after that. So this math class was not a good experience. That combined with just really obnoxious roommate, the whole difficulty with online learning, this math class was not it. Oh man, you can't tell, but some of these are like super overfilled. I forgot how thick some of these paints were. It's like, ooh. I mean, I usually use watercolor to sketch for oil painting, but I've decided to give watercolor, focus more on watercolor. But yeah, some of these paints got crimped in the mail. So when I went to go open the tube, it kind of just shot out, so I had to just stuff it in the pans really quick. These are full pans, and I usually fill them, if you can see, if you focus. So I usually fill my half pans, or not half pans, my full pans on an angle. That way I can easily like get my brush in there, twirl it around, and not mess the tips up. So Perylene Green, Perylene Maroon, Rose of Ultramarine, and Mayan Blue Dark are the ones I use the most. So having extra in the pan isn't all that bad.
Since I'm not leaving the house, I'm not taking my bonnet off or putting makeup on. So you have to deal with this today. Last night, I filled a bunch of my watercolor pans up with things. So I did, ooh, it's still squishy. What I did, I have full pans and I fill them on an angle. So instead of filling them up all the way, I fill them on angles. This is an oil paint brush, but don't tell anyone. So that way when I go to put my brushes in, instead of like digging in, getting that hole in the center, I kind of just go in at an angle like that and just done. But yeah, so I like to have the pans for like little washes, and then I mean most of these colors don't even have pans anyway, but they only come in half pans, and I hate half pans unless I'm traveling and doing plein air, but COVID. I usually buy the tube, make a little halfway fill, like a half pan, and then if I want like super huge washes or something, I'll just get it straight from the tube. Or if I'm adding a lot, and I mean a lot, of granulation medium, I'll also get fresh from the tube, because I put it sometimes in the pan and I realize when I go to re-read it later and I don't want that ridiculous amount of granulation, it's kind of just mixed in the pan and it's just a bit to clean out. Yeah, so for my water mediums, other than acrylic, which I actually am not a fan of, I need coffee. Okay, so I'm actually not a big fan of acrylic. I just use them mainly for, like, I use acrylic for crafting, like doing my clay charms or pins, or sometimes underpainting. Oh! I then broke my palette. Underpainting for acrylic. Oh wow. Underpainting for oil projects or crafting, but that's usually not the case. So I have this crappy watercolor palette. Again, I also mainly use watercolors to do color comps for my oil paintings or just class. So I have been taking a watercolor class and taking it more seriously. I just have this big boy. This is just a plastic one from Amazon, and it's like I have all my colors here. These are mostly DANIELSMITH Winton and I think Sennelier. You know, Sennelier. I did not like sand the surface of the palette before I put the paints in, so a lot of them are just kind of like falling out. With these ones I just made with my DANIELSMITH, I took a little bit of sandpaper and just kind of rough the surface up so the paint sticks. This is fine. I don't travel with this, so it just sits on my desk anyway, so it's totally fine. I usually leave it open because like 8 of these colors are Sennelier and they molded. Like can you imagine just like getting ready to paint, you know? Getting in the mood, getting ready, like, ooh, I should have makeup on today, I feel cute. Then I open up my paint and it's just like mold. And just, how? It's disgusting. I was, Other than that, I just have my like HIMI and ARRTX gouache sets. Gouache for me has also been like, I mean, I do have a lot of gouache from before someone gave me. They're like, these are nice to play around with because I don't have to worry about feeling guilty about using a lot of paint because it was so cheap. So I have the regular 18 set HIMI gouache set, like this guy. And then I have, oh my god! I just spilled paint everywhere. Just pretend that didn't happen, okay? I'm gonna just scoot over here. You can see my messy that's behind me. I'm working on another project. But I have like this one from ARRTX. It has like the pastels, so that's mixing. If we're doing something with pastel, I usually go for this set. These are still covered because these are pretty much the same colors, same pigment and everything as the HIMI gouache set. So these are just gonna be the backups. But yeah, like this week has been pretty uneventful. I'm only in school part-time, I work full-time, and then I am just in the house doing nothing else outside of that. I'm just working, doing schoolwork, doing little projects. I am not busy, but it's a lot to do. Like my math class, oh my god. Oh, it's so much stuff to do for math class. The work is easy, it's just a lot. Oh my god, this hurts so bad. So usually when I'm working, I'm blasting hard rock and metal, just all kinds of metal actually, not really band in particular. I think that day might have been Motionless in White, Cannibal Corpse, Hellboy Hunt, and Jared Gray. I don't know how the skull fits into that, yeah. But, you know, thanks to copyright laws, I cannot play their songs, but Epidemic Sound does have some pretty awesome ones. I think Craving, the band Cravings, and No Son of Mine have some pretty good songs on there, so, you know, here's just a little snippet of what I listen to.
See, now that wasn't so bad now, was it? Not really feeling the piece, but it was pretty fun to make. So, moving on to the second half of the semester, just quick little breakfast: avocado, Turkish sausage, and cute bunny-shaped pancakes. I started working on my lox toast sculpture here. I originally intended to film it as just one long process video, but that never really came to fruition, I guess, because I'm still working on the piece. I can't decide on how I'm going to finish parts of it. I'm thinking maybe just make like avocado or just a cream cheese base for it. But this is what I have sculpted so far. I just need, I guess, yeah, just to spread one final sanding round, and then I can start painting. But this one is almost done, and then I can start working on all the other projects that got put on the back burner.
I went to work was busy. I went to the gym after work too, so no makeup, no eyebrows, got my headscarf on. I am full potato, and I'm okay with that because I am sanding, doing a lot of sanding, a lot of whittling. It's a lot. So today's goal, working on my little lox thing. So basically just spread whole wheat bread. These are my pieces of lox. Kind of stack up like that. One right here, right there. Let's see, focus. So like that. And then I have my like radishes. Watermelon radishes are kind of going to stack on top of that as well. But the problem is, if I stop grabbing everything, I sculpted the radishes like way too thick. Yeah, I kind of sculpted that like really thick. Super thick, and this is one I whittled down and sanded. There is a piece of contour mesh in the center, so I can't really get it too thin because you'll see the metal, and I can't. What are you eating? What's wrong? You want to say hi to the camera? Piece of bread that she was next to is this one. This is going to be for, I'm thinking, another avocado toast, maybe avocado with a fried egg on top, or strawberries with whipped cream and like a chocolate drizzle. This one is still in the works. As you can see, I haven't done the back yet. But we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna go back to doing all this. Okay. Can you stop knocking everything down? I know it's a mess in here, but come on. So I've been working on that all day. A few days ago was Eid, and I didn't get the chance to participate. Again, last year was COVID. Wow. Last year, the COVID lockdowns went into effect before Ramadan, before Eid, and canceled Eid. So I wasn't able to spend time with my family. This year, they did have an Eid, but an Eid like celebration, but I couldn't go because it's in Mom's in Virginia, and I'm here in Philly, and I couldn't take off. And it's also kind of like, I really only want to go for the food. I don't feel like doing all the other stuff, so if you ever see me with my hair covered in this vlog or any of my studios, it's because I'm very, very lazy. I don't like doing my hair. I go to the gym 3-4 days a week, so I'm constantly sweating. I don't want to feel like dealing with an afro and like cornrows and maintenance at 3 o'clock in the morning and get ready for work. So I really just keep my hair covered. And I'm going to put my mask back on because I'm getting pieces of this everywhere. Ooh, also, I don't know if I explained it earlier, but wearing this mask helps with this because without the mask on, like you can see, don't know if it came up on camera, but there's pieces like everywhere. But this kind of dampens it a little bit. So the fine particles, yeah, go everywhere, but the chunky pieces pretty much stay here. So I'm gonna work on that for the next few hours or so, and then check back. Probably gonna stop when my back hurts, which is happening. I'm thinking about trying to find a better version of those paddle wheels, or maybe just putting a bunch of books on top of here so I could work, or just getting like one of those standing desks, John, so I can like lift it up to eye level and kind of just like work. We'll see.
Okay, I know my desk is a mess right now and there's like paint all over it, but can I get my classwork done? Can you get off? Thank you. I love you. You're so cute.